All right, you guys, we are back at it. This is One Drink In. It's Neeloo and Chloe. Thank you so much for your support last week. We appreciate you guys sharing and posting about our podcast, and all your feedback has been really helpful.
Keep sharing it.
And keep subscribing, leave us reviews, 5 stars. Whoever left us that 1 star, fuck you. Just kidding, not really.
Who was that? Come forward.
No.
We're just kidding. We left feedback.
It's okay. I had my first troll. I was really excited about that one.
We're not asking for trolls, just
Yeah,
so
no,
to be
please don't.
clear.
Stay away.
We're all about good juju around here.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, Chloe, I forgot how horrible bikini waxes were.
They're so miserable.
Horrible.
Wait, did you get one? You got
Yes.
one for Miami.
Yes, because I needed to.
They make you so sore.
Yeah. They're just uncomfortable. The whole time I'm like, I fucking hate this. It's,
The process of growing it out is disgusting.
well.
Sorry, I just said that.
Okay, have you ever done this where you'll grow it out so that you don't hook up with a guy? So that you're less tempted to hook up with a guy?
I'm lasered, so I
fuck,
can't
I need to do that.
say,
Did laser
but
hurt?
It did around my butthole, but like, maybe I won't do that. Okay, it didn't hurt that bad. It just feels like a rubber band is slapping, but she's like all up in your goods.
Ugh. And how many times do you have to do it?
I mean, I had to do mine like 10 sessions, and then you have to do upkeep, but it's uncomfortable when they do the whole thing because they're like, all right, would you rather get on all fours or would you rather do happy baby here?
No, neither.
No, but it's great because then it just grows back less and less.
Okay,
each
well
time.
then you can never cockblock yourself by not shaving.
Wait, so you...
So
I would cockblock myself.
Let me know, you guys, if anyone else does this or if I'm just a total psychopath, but I try and cockblock myself by not shaving so that I don't do anything, but
So
a
you
lot
don't
of
like
times that backfires on me, and
That... Yeah, how does that work out?
there's 2 options that happen when you end up still hooking up with someone after you don't do anything with that area. Okay, so there was one time where I was pretty drunk at this point, and I go back with this guy, and I was like, I'm not gonna hook up with anyone tonight, blah, blah, blah. I go back. I go to his bathroom.
No, you don't. No, you take a facial razor.
I find a fucking razor, and I, as quickly as fucking possible, clean that area up. I try and clean off the razor. Who knows, though, what it looked like in the morning. Yeah.
Yes.
But another time, this was when I was in Houston visiting my parents, and this guy had DM'd me. It was a baseball player who lived in Houston, and he DM'd me and asked me on a date, and I was like, sure, like, I don't know anyone in Houston, so I'm gonna just make friends and like go on this date. But I was like, okay, he's a baseball player, I'm not gonna hook up with him, like, not gonna shave, because I'm not gonna go home with him.
You thought it was a good idea to not shave when you're hanging out with a baseball player.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand cockblocking yourself, but you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Okay, right. So I drive. I'm not even gonna drink a lot because he told me he doesn't really party. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna just like have one drink at dinner and like a glass of wine, maybe like whatever. He doesn't party. We're not gonna drink. We are ripping tequila shots at fucking World of Beer. First of all, I don't know if you know what that is.
know what that place is.
It's like a sports bar kind of.
The World of Beer.
I don't really even know how to explain it. It's not like a classy establishment, okay?
Like big beards and like.
So, yeah, I'm
smells
like
beef jerky.
We're drinking wine. We are like taking shots. And so I'm hammered. And he lives like walking distance from where this place is. So I leave my car there and we go back to his house. He lives like on a lake there and has a golf cart. So we are in a golf cart, like going around the lake. It's like a small, like private area. And next thing I know, we're back at his place and I have not cleaned up down there, let me remind you. Also, I had just gotten back from like
where are we going with
Peru, and he knew that I had like gone to Peru. So we start hooking up. He is all up in there, okay? He gives no fucks. And I'm like, and I didn't really care at that point. And I'm like, the next morning, I'm like, he probably thinks I'm like this hippie girl who goes to Peru, doesn't shave down there. Like, this is a normal thing for me. Next morning, we're still like, he's all up in there with no questions asked.
You didn't care.
No. And then I was like, he's going to just think of me as the girl who has a bush pretty much forever. So then I left Houston. We talked for a little bit, FaceTime, all that shit. Then January, this was like probably in December, like end of January, he's like texting me like, I miss you, come visit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm considering it. I'm like, okay, like I could go home for a weekend, see him too, see my parents, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then 2 weeks later, it's Valentine's Day. And what does he post on Instagram?
Well, he had a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend.
Oh.
But like, I don't know if he had the girlfriend while we had been talking and hooking up, but like 2 weeks before that,
2 weeks later, no
2 weeks
guy
before
is
he was
posting.
like, I miss you, come visit.
No
and then
guy. No
Valentine's
guy
Day
is posting 2
posts
weeks.
a story of a girl for
You're not
Valentine's
even
Day.
posting yourself with somebody else.
When you're like months
Like
in.
even like
months in.
3 months, 4
Yeah.
months. Like you're still
Yeah. So I texted him. I was
my
like,
gosh.
ha, did you always have a girlfriend? He was like, LOL, no.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So now he forever thinks that was the only time we hooked up, and so that's what he thinks
liked
of me.
it.
I don't. Okay, well, now that you know how I kind of cock block myself and it never ends up working out well for me, since you do laser, what's your cock block for yourself?
I don't ever cock block myself. I'm just kidding. I used to.
I know.
It's okay. I used to spray tan. So I like to spray tan.
What do you mean? Like you spray tan yourself?
So I spray tan twice a week.
What do you use?
Like-
I need the specifics.
All right. It depends the day. It depends the mood.
Okay.
I really like Isle of Paradise.
Okay.
But it's like a build, right? You have to do it like twice, and then you get a good color, and it goes on clear. That's the only downfall.
Okay.
Goes on clear. It's foam. Anyway, sorry.
For body.
For your body. I
Okay.
also like loving tan.
Okay.
But
I
it
use
does smell.
Tanologist from Target
Okay,
for
well-
face straps.
For face straps.
And then I
Oh,
use
drops.
Hula for my body, but I don't
Oh.
really do it often
I'll
because.
have to try that.
But because it's such a like upkeep, I don't want to do
I know
with
you
it.
hate anything.
And then I'm like, it's gonna get everywhere
So it does get everywhere, but that was kind of the point.
of your cock blocking.
I mean,
yourself.
I hate that I smell like spray tan, but like I want to look good maybe for like the Saturday or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really care. So what I would do is I would spray tan so I had a little color before I went out. And then I'm like, this is honestly great because I know I will end up in my bed tonight because I won't go
You don't
home
want to
with
get the
guy.
spray tan
Yeah.
on someone else's.
Totally. However, 9 times out of 10,
It works.
I end up no.
Oh,
no.
for me, when I do my
No.
shaving thing, I'm like 9 out of 10 times I'm good to go. I don't fall into like a bad pattern there, but there's always that one time.
No, okay, maybe not 9 out of
Okay.
10, but a handful of times I've caught myself into the situation where I'm like, well, shit, what do I do? And I tell them what I've done. Hey,
You're like, I have spray tan on.
I have spray tan on, let's get a shower.
So you've showered off?
Yeah, because I'm going to get in their bed.
And it
I
gets
don't
on the
wanna be
bed.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to be considerate. of
Okay,
everything.
have you ever slept in a guy's bed and gotten spray tan on it before, like without telling him, and then the next day you're like,
I mean, probably,
and
but
you're
not
like,
that I
you
knew.
just don't. Okay,
Have you?
no, I don't think so. I don't spray tan enough.
Or like makeup?
Makeup, I probably
or like
have.
other bodily fluids?
No, I get nervous about makeup, even on a guy's shirt.
I
I'm
get
like,
nervous. Oh yeah, that's no.
But one time in college, I was wearing these cheap jeans, and I was grinding with this guy.
Grinding.
This is like 2000.
She was grinding.
This
with
was
her crush. We are back
2012.
in middle
Okay,
school.
guys, this was like when grinding was still cool.
I miss grinding.
I
Can we
was
bring it back?
grinding with this lacrosse player. Oh, he was so tall, gorgeous. Okay. The next day, he's like, hey, were you wearing blue pants? I'm like, no. My
wearing blue
jeans rubbed
Bled.
the dye or whatever of the jeans.
Oh my God.
Bled onto his pants. So there was like, okay, his crotch had like a blue stain from my jeans. And so ever since then, I'm like, don't grind on anyone.
Don't
with cheap
grind.
jeans on.
At least it wasn't in his bed. I think makeup. Yeah, back to makeup. Like makeup on
Guy's
the sheets.
shirt.
Yeah, their shirts or like their
Pillowcases.
So I do this weird thing where I have to take my makeup off every night. So before bed, I'm one of those psychos that I need to take my makeup off and I need to brush my teeth. So I kind of got into a pattern. If I was staying at someone's house, like there was a Walgreens, I would stop and get makeup wipes and a disposable toothbrush.
That's honestly smart as fuck.
Right? Like, I don't want to leave my makeup on, and I don't really fucking care.
And you don't always know when you're gonna be sleeping at someone's house to like bring it in your purse every night you go out.
Like, that would be way too much, right? If you're like, hey, I'm ready. Like, I brought my toothbrush. But it freaked a guy out. He actually, like, stopped talking to me because I left my toothbrush there. And I was like, no. He goes, I didn't think we were there. And I'm like, no, this is not like me leaving my toothbrush there. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm like, this is what I always do. I'm sorry I came across that way, that I was moving in, but I just like to brush my teeth before bed. So you're welcome.
It's honestly the worst when you sleep somewhere and don't have a toothbrush. What are you going to do? Finger
No,
brush
you
your
use
tooth?
his toothbrush.
Oh, are you kidding? No.
You're like making out anyway. It's the same thing.
No, your toothbrush is like your nasty ass food.
I've never used it.
Please tell me, guys, don't do that.
You use people's razors. What's going on?
all right, fine.
Like
it was one time.
They probably shave their balls with, and then you're like, okay, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm disgusted right now with myself, guys. That was one time. Don't do it. It's not.
You get the water. Can you hear us drinking in the background?
Guys, last night.
And now we're gonna go for a break for some ASMR.
Guys, last night we went out and drank a little bit, and so today we are drinking water with lemon in it because we are detoxing and being healthy little bitches.
Why do we need a detox, Neeloo? Where did we go?
We had like a little double date situation again.
With some young guns.
We love the 22-year-olds.
Something is wrong with us.
I actually like older
They were
guys.
fun though. They were very
They
mature.
were really fun.
Really mature.
They were, oh my god, the one guy, he does better than like most guys my age
So
do.
like they dress really well.
They
I was
dress well,
not
his
upset.
apartment was nice, his car was nice.
Like, who are you?
Okay, but do you normally like younger guys or older guys?
I think younger right now because I'm like, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm in this phase where like the younger guys aren't really trying to commit and it's fun. But I guess maybe I haven't met any older guys recently.
I'm older guys only.
Like how old?
At least 30.
And what
Why?
would be the oldest you would go?
Oh, oldest I would go is like 40. 38.
The one I got the selfie from in the cowboy hat.
How old's he?
He was 43.
He looked good.
I mean, 43 is not like that old, but like
No, but like still.
closer to my parents' age than my
age. My
Very
whole
nice
thing
guy.
is I'm hoping that if they're over the age of 30, they might have their shit somewhat together.
Very true.
And maybe they're a little bit more mature. Not always the case. But
No,
one
but-
can hope.
yeah.
26, 27-year-olds, no. They are still fuck boys. Absolutely no.
They're still developing.
Their frontal lobe is not fully
Right?
developed yet.
Yeah, like depending on how big the age gap is, you're at very different points,
true.
like parts in your life.
Yeah.
Like those guys are, hey, we just graduated from college.
And they feel like they want to experiment and try and hang out with everyone.
The fact that they were so nervous was hilarious.
Oh my god, last night one of the guys said to me, he was like, about the one you were talking to, had warned him. He was like, these are older girls. First of all, we're 26 and 29. But okay. He was like, these are older girls and like you cannot mess up with them. Like
So cute.
you cannot make a single mistake. You have to play it cool.
Why would you say that?
This kid was like, I was so nervous before you guys got here that I was gonna like mess things up or like say the wrong thing. And I was like, to me and Chloe,
Of all people.
I'm like, we are far from that point of our lives where we're any better than anyone.
He was so nervous.
They
and
were
it was
so
it
cute.
was
They were so
cute.
sweet and so accommodating.
Like literally
Making
came to pick us
margaritas,
up.
picked
They're like,
us up.
what do you want to drink? Like, no need to get an Uber. We'll come get you. I'm like,
Wow.
okay, why? Like,
They
do you
are
not
better
have
than some
anything
of the
else
30-year-olds
to
I
do?
know.
Like, this is great.
Yeah, so I guess maybe it just depends on the guy and the age.
I even
is
got
like,
a call or a, hey, it was great seeing you. Can't wait to take you to a nice dinner soon. Maybe we like the younger guys.
Okay, let's get into some DM questions that we got and see what topics you guys want to talk about. Someone had DM'd us about making girlfriends in your 20s.
It's hard.
It is hard
It is
to
really
make
hard.
friends out of college.
Especially if you're single. Maybe it's easier if you're single.
I think that if you have a boyfriend, you can always like meet friends through him.
True. Very true.
Which makes it sometimes easier. You become friends with like, his friend's girlfriend or whatever. Like it's easier to find girls that you can like that you're just with anyways.
But
But when
what
you're
happens
like
if you break up, then you
don't have any friends.
You have 0 friends.
So always make your own friends. But I think it is hard as like a 20-something-year-old out of college making new friends, and especially if you're in a new city. I mean, we became friends through DMs.
So
Kinda.
through like similar interests.
Yeah, that's true. Find someone who has like similar interests as you and don't be afraid to like DM them. I've just like messaged girls and been like, just like made something like a connection and been like, we should grab coffee or drink sometime.
Coffee dates are the best.
Coffee, drink, like happy hour. Just don't be afraid to like ask people. I know it seems weird, but I feel like most people are in the same boat and are like also looking for new friends. And if you guys have like similar hobbies or jobs, I feel like that's an easy way to like make friends.
Yeah, like find that commonality. But it is hard to make.
Yeah.
It is hard to make girlfriends.
I went on a coffee date with a girl that I met through Instagram yesterday.
That's cool.
And she was super cool.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the same like
She
industry.
DM'd you?
I think I DM'd her.
Oh, very cool.
I think I DM'd her and was just like, said something nice about her Instagram and was like, if you ever want to grab like coffee or happy hour, let me know.
I mean, that's like the way to do it, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like networking, you know?
I mean, if you're, depending on what you do for work too, right? I like to work for a place that has good company culture or, you know, opportunity there. Like when I was at Trunk Club, it was great because it was all female, but I made some of my best girlfriends there.
I feel like social media is a good way to like reach out and find people.
Or joining like an organization. Again, I know it's kind of hard right now. You can't do a mini group. Other ways that people would meet people and do areas.
Let me see what my DM was to this girl.
Yeah, I guess social media is probably the best way to do it. Or complimenting if you really want it, like a genuine compliment.
This was a message I got. Just saw one of your TikToks and love it. If you ever want to get coffee or work together at a coffee shop, let me know. I know someone else who like works remotely from home. It is nice to have someone you can just like go to a coffee shop and like do your work separately, but like still be at the same table together or whatever.
Just like be in presence. So example for us would be we went to that pop-up and then
That's
I would
true.
see people, I would add them on social media.
Yeah.
I'll typically just have them add me on Instagram and then it's a better way to communicate without like having to have small
Text,
talk.
yeah.
So it's like when you want to hang out, if it aligns, you can just DM each other.
Right.
And then you never have to give out your phone number to guys.
Right.
Like ever.
Yeah.
Just kind of nice.
Or like if there's like people in your workout classes who you think you would get along with, like just reach out and like make small talk in person with people if you ever
I'm
really
so
see
bad
them.
at that. I'm so bad at that. Like, hey, you had great sweat today. Like I
Okay,
just
I
go,
wouldn't
I
say
go
that.
in, I work out, and then I just leave.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
the-
don't
I'm the
talk to
worst.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine.
I mean, I would like to go up to people, but I'm just like, hi, I'm new here.
Okay, so Chloe, I noticed when we are out,
Yeah.
you are very open to shooting your shot with people, like guys. So like, okay, how do we, if we're out at a bar, especially during quarantine when it's a little bit harder to just go up to someone, what's a good way to
Like
shoot your
last
shot?
night?
Yeah, like what's a good way to shoot your shot with a guy? Like tell us
Like
your
last night?
tips, yeah.
I mean, last night, that guy literally walked by, and I saw him. He was going to the bathroom, and then it took him a minute to come out of the bathroom. But he was so hot.
He was really cute.
He had like long blonde hair, and he was tall. And he
Love
was
shaggy
He was
hair.
young. He was probably like 24, 25.
So tall.
And he had like an adorable varsity jacket on. Anyway, I grabbed his arm. It was a little great. He was like walking by. I just did like a little like grabbed his hand. And he looked back and I said, do I know you? And he was like, no. I go, okay, well, hi, I'm Chloe. What's your name? And then he's like, I'm Michael. And I, you know, just had a little bit of small talk with him, asked him who he was with and what he was doing tonight. And obviously everything is shut down at 10 o'clock. So like they're literally just finishing their drinks. Let them be, Chloe. But he actually, like, I don't know what I said to him. I said something along the lines
I
of,
think someone else at the table was like, are you single?
yeah, so everybody else was a little more forward than I. They got to the point and they're like, are you single? And he's like, no. And I go,
I think he was married. Did he say he was married?
no, he wasn't married.
He
I
wasn't?
just want to know. I mean, his girlfriend has to be so hot. So I'm always like, all right, dope. Like, happy for you.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be a homewrecker. So honestly, great to meet you. And then that was it. And then he walked away. And he was so nice about it. But
Yeah.
I think people fear rejection. And
We don't.
I don't fear rejection.
don't
I
care.
would like you see so many girls on social media, especially TikTok. They're like, I saw this guy in the airport. Can someone please find him? I'm like, go up to him and say something.
Okay, what do you say? What's your opening line? Let's
Hi.
hear it. Hi, I'm Chloe.
It's either I find out through the internet who you are, or I just come up and talk to you and grow a pair. I don't know. I know it's easier said than
so
done.
much. Yeah, I
But,
don't
like-
know if I could just go up to a random person.
But I hate that when
Like, how many times I've seen a hot guy on the street? And
I know it's hard.
And I'm like, wait, what do I do? Stop him mid walk?
I know.
And be like, "You're so
I think there's a time
hot."
and a
A
place.
time and a place.
But
Yeah.
like you can't just if he's walking by, I hate when people are like, oh, hey, I saw you at Soho. And you're like, cool, so why didn't you come say hi? But they know, you know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, all you have to say is hi. Like, we have mutual friends. I'm so-and-so. Maybe that's weird.
No, also, okay, this is for the guys. I like when a guy comes up to me and tries to talk to me. Like, I want you to come up to me and...
What would you want him to say?
Oh, I don't know. I would just want him to be like, hey, I saw you and wanted to introduce myself. And then I can decide if I like him or not. I don't know. What do you want him to say? Buy me a drink?
No. I think you can. So this is like a lesson I learned a long time ago because I used to be really mean to guys. Like they would offer to buy me a drink, and if he wasn't cute, I'd be like, fuck off. And I don't know why I was so mean. And then one of my girlfriends who was engaged, she's like, Chloe, you can't be mean to everyone that like you don't want to have a drink with. And she did it right in front of me where these guys were like hitting on her, but she has a rock on her hand, right? Like she ends up talking to him, and they ended up doing like an entire deal together, like business deal together. And she's like, see, like I was transparent with him, and now we're friends and we're doing a business deal. And I'm like, okay, so moving forward, I will always be nice. Also, if a guy has the balls to come up to you,
yeah,
I will always be nice.
Major props.
I don't know. I think there's like an approachable way just to like talk to someone without being like, hi, I'm Chloe and I want to buy you a drink. You know? I don't know. What would you? I don't know what I'd want him to say.
It depends if I'm into him. If I'm not into him, then
maybe compliment. Like I used to do that when I worked in menswear. I'm giving you guys my secrets, but it was always very genuine. If I saw a guy that had great shoes or a great jacket, I would always compliment him, and it was an easy way just to have a conversation with him. So, yeah, he would just naturally tell you about what's happening. Like, oh, great, thanks, I got him from here, and I ended up getting a lot of clients by just complimenting.
So maybe compliment, and then introduce yourself, whether you're a guy or a girl.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. Just compliment.
A non-creepy compliment. Don't be like, you're so hot.
I think compliment things that they put effort forth too, right? Like you don't really know their personality, so I guess you could be like, hey, cool, like what's your necklace say? And yours is like, oh yeah, obviously it says Neeloo. But like I thought that said baby girl. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like asking those questions, I think when guys are like, oh my God, your eyes, it's like, great, I didn't do anything for those.
Right.
You know, it's like, yes, it's a compliment, but that's something that I had zero control over. So compliment me on something I actually worked for.
Are you someone who gets uncomfortable when some compliments? You know how there's people
I'm so uncomfortable.
You are. A lot of people are, I think. Where girls are bad at taking compliments.
Yeah.
How do we be better at that? Because a lot of times, like, what do you say when you get complimented?
I say thank you, but sometimes I'm
blushing.
Like sometimes I make excuses.
Right. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, accept the compliment.
Yeah, accept it. Because then it makes it worse. If I'm like, oh my God, I love your nails. What are you gonna say?
Thanks, they're dope. My nails are
but
fucking amazing.
It's me. I know they're so sick, but like it's me.
Guys, okay, we have the We're Not Really Strangers question card. So we're gonna do a few questions from there about dating and love. You're supposed to play it with like your friends or significant others, and every card has like question that's supposed to like spark a deeper conversation so you can get to know people. So we're gonna go through those. So Chloe, do you want to read one off?
The question is, what dating advice would you give your younger self?
Ooh. I would say dating advice I would give my younger self is being able to let go earlier on rather than trying to hold on to this idea of like making the relationship work or like not being able to like get over it and like being so stuck that like this is the only person for me, that I'll never meet someone else and like I'll never move on. And now I look back when I've been like that in past relationships and I'm like, oh my God, why was I like that? You don't need to hold on to that toxic relationship.
Was it in the relationship or was it like after and you're still like holding on to them?
I'm thinking of like my college boyfriend.
It's literally what I'm thinking of.
Okay, so like my college boyfriend, I think after we broke up, I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to move on. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to get over this. I'm never going to meet someone again. Like, oh my God, like freaking out, like being obsessive, like needing us to get back together. And it's like looking back, it's like I should have just like walked away and like let it go and like gotten over it. why did I think that I needed him and that I
Right.
was never going to meet someone else? And
You
now
don't
I
see
feel
that,
like
yeah.
when things end with a guy, I'm like more open to the fact that like, okay, there's other people out there. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to move on and like life goes on. But at the time you feel like it's the end of the world. You're never going to meet someone else. But it's like, it's just one stupid guy. There's so many other people out there.
But also college, you like run around the same social circles.
Right.
So like
and you're drunk
you're gonna see
24/7
him
and
more
like
often.
your emotions are crazy.
Yeah. So like when you're an adult, there's a better chance that you're not gonna run into him.
Right. And I think I was like very possessive and like territorial that like
What?
when we broke up, I was like, oh my God, he's hooking up with other girls. I have to watch him hook up with other girls. I know the other girls. I'm friends with the other girls. And so I think that was hard, but it was like, now I'm like, don't give a fuck.
Like the one you sent me on Instagram. Like what? Why would you even like that guy?
Oh my God, I cringe.
And now you're like look back, like, oh, thank
Yeah.
God, that was the biggest. How long did you guys date for?
The college guy, I think a year and a half,
Okay, that's
a year.
That's a long time in college.
Yeah.
So I dated a guy for 5 years, like till the week I graduated college.
In college.
From senior year of high school.
No.
To the week that I graduated college.
Why? No, I'm kidding. But
Because I
why?
was like, this guy's it, right?
You thought like he was the one.
For sure,
So you were in a relationship all of college.
That's why I'm saying I'm in my wild phase now. Literally, Annie said that today. She goes, so I think you just didn't have those like slutty years in college that you really needed. And I
Yeah.
think you're living a more mature version of that now. I'm like, okay, thank you, Annie. But
Yeah.
you're right. No, I dated a guy for 5 years.
That is
and
so long, and in college.
Yeah. But
Do you-
like I should have let it go. So it was kind of like with you, like
Yeah.
with him, I should have let it go sooner.
Right.
I think there were a lot of other factors, obviously, right? There's a lot of other factors that are happening with family and friends that emotionally it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But he ended up cheating on me anyway with the 3 girls who were best friends who just like
Not one, but
nope,
three.
3 of them. They thought they thought it was funny. They didn't like me, so they were out to. And I mean, she point blank told one girl told me that.
Girls are
Like,
mean.
but yeah, I think I should have seen those red flags earlier, and I should have done something about it. And there may have been things happening beforehand. I think it was probably the easy way out for him, but
Yeah.
I should have probably done something sooner and experienced college. And
Do you look-
that's what I regret.
I was gonna say, do you regret
Mm-hmm.
being in a relationship all of college?
Like, I think I was definitely, I mean, I know I was settling. I know 100%. Now that I live in Chicago and like,
Yeah.
I know 100% I was settling because it's like, oh, I'm happy, this is good, but I didn't know all the other great options that were out
Yeah.
there. And we broke up. I moved away that next week and my life just
Changed.
was complete. I mean, it was the
Best
best.
thing.
It was the best thing. It was the biggest blessing. I mean, I would be married right now, which is like, that was never the path for me, but also like, I'm willing to compromise in certain places, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But like you would have been unhappy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You would have just been with the same person your whole life and never gotten out.
it would have been hard to get out of.
Right.
I got out of it at the perfect time.
Yes. The other thing about like college relationships is like you're just in such a weird I mean, at least for me personally, like my mental health was like all over the place. Like I had no reason to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a weird time in your life and you're like growing and learning about yourself in so many different ways. It's just not like a place for a relationship. I mean, granted, I went to Ohio State, so it's like a big party school. I don't know how your school was. If
I
you guys
didn't party.
You didn't party?
No, I didn't party. I worked and I was dating. I mean, I was in a sorority, but everyone knew that like I was the most tame in the sorority.
I was like scary in college. Like college was the most insane time.
Like it would have been bad. Like, it probably saved me. Honestly,
I was
it
gonna
probably
say
saved me.
honestly, some of my college stories were just like so ridiculous now that I look back. So you might have lucked out there.
Yeah. Do you want one more?
One more question? Yeah, let's do one more question and then
Okay, next question. What's something that you need in a partner?
I've realized that I just from my past relationships and like what I know about myself is I need someone who's very like patient with me and
Because you relate to everything.
very late. I kind of run on my own time. And patient with me, especially like with my anxiety or just like with certain things. Like I need someone who's like really willing to like understand my past life and like what I've gone through and be okay with it and like be accepting and there for me and not a lot of people, I think, can do that.
You think they can't because they don't fully understand, or they just choose not to?
I don't know. Good question, Chloe.
Full of them today. I guess in your past.
So my ex was really, really patient with me, and so I think that was like one thing I was like, okay, I need someone who's like equally as able to be patient, because if you don't have patience with me, you're gonna get frustrated because I'm like do my own thing. I'm pretty free spirited, and like you just have to like realize that I'm gonna live my life that way. I'm feeling
You're
drained.
like Kanye. Like it cannot be managed.
I can't be managed.
I have no manager. I cannot be managed. That's
And
my
I think
favorite
that
tweet.
comes with someone who's also like very confident in themselves, and
Definitely.
they're like comfortable with that and like can trust me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was a good answer, but what would you say for you when something you need in a partner?
I need someone who is accepting. And I know that's so broad, but accepting in the world of like who I am. Like I need someone who is going to be along for the ride and like be okay with who I am for me, because I'm weird and quirky and like fucking loose cannon. And everybody knows that. And I can never be told like what to do. I think because growing up I was always told what to do, or I need to fit into this mold, and that is a complete opposite of who I am. And honestly, if people tell me to be put into this mold, I pretty much do the complete opposite. That's just kind of how it works. But so I think it's like just accept me for Chloe and be along for the ride and support it and push me in a good way. Like if I'm veering off path, that's fine. Your opinion's great, but it's your opinion. It's not going to shape who I am at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
I think everybody who
I think that,
knows that.
yeah, I think that comes down to just finding someone who's like a supportive partner who like wants, you know?
At the end of the day.
And I mean, I think it's hard
Yeah.
though to find someone who like really is going to be able to support your own dreams and like what you want to do and cheer you on. You have to find someone who is going to be like your biggest cheerleader and supporter, regardless of what you want to do, and not put you down or tell you like what you're doing is dumb or like whatever.
I think we're still in the self-help section now for this episode.
Are we becoming a self-help podcast?
I think so.
Okay, you guys, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our therapy session once again. Please subscribe and share with all your friends.
Yeah. And follow us on Instagram at onedrink.in, and feel free to send us any questions, any topics you guys want to talk about, or people you want us to bring on the show.
Oh, yeah. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.